The DOJ just announced that Google Chrome needs to sell itself to another company. This is crazy news for internet marketers and people who want to make money online, and today we're going to talk about exactly why. All right, Alina, how you doing today?
Good, thank you.
All right, tell us what you think about this Chrome sell-off, what it means for internet marketing, what it means for internet users as a whole.
I see what they were going for with antitrust law, but I don't understand how it's going to work.
Okay, so with the antitrust law, what they're saying is that Google is a monopoly, which, I mean, yeah, they kind of are. And with Google Chrome, we saw that Google Chrome came out right around like 2006, I believe it was, and it just skyrocketed. Once they used Google Chrome, everyone started using it, which meant Google was the default search engine. So if you search for something in the Google taskbar, it went to Google. And all of the add-ons, all the tools, all the privacy data, all the search data, everything belonged to Google. So now with this getting sold off, what is this going to mean for internet marketers? I mean, how do you foresee this affecting your day-to-day browsing?
First of all, I don't understand who can buy a browser and how are they going to monetize it. Second of all, I don't understand where the data will go, all our personal data.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they were saying that this is worth $20 billion, which is a huge price tag. So looking at this, what's going to happen? I mean, there's a couple things, right? You can have a company swoop in, use it, point it to their search engine, right? And then it would be like Google Chrome would be like Yahoo Chrome or DuckDuckGo Chrome. That would be an interesting one to have. And now this is going to change even the cookies because cookies are stored on browsers. Google originally wanted to get rid of cookies, and now that might not happen, which is actually good for affiliate marketing. And there's actually a few other things that could be good for affiliate marketers because for years, affiliate marketers and people who want to make money online have struggled with Google kind of holding all the cards. And maybe us affiliate marketers might actually stand a chance with whoever buys them. What are your thoughts on that?
Okay, so my question is, what exactly did affiliate marketing struggle with Google?
Okay, so with Google, affiliate marketers struggled because Google held all the cards. So if you were seen as like a bad actor, if you were seen as not as good in Google's eyes, well, you kind of got shoved down to the bottom. And with this kind of shakeup, you might see an opening for many affiliate marketers to come back to the top because what's happening is you're having, not only is 96% of all searches done on Google, but now you're having browser usability at like over 80%, I believe it is, for Google Chrome, which means Google is kind of like their own ecosystem for online marketing, for businesses. They can do what they want. They can put ads where they want. Whereas now, if this gets bought by another company, now you're going to have a whole different set of ads, a whole different set of rules for cookies, a whole different set of what is good content versus bad content, and different shakeups like that, which could be good. I mean, for years, we have seen that MSN, Yahoo, Bing has been much better for affiliate marketers, whereas Google, you know, the traffic is there, but their rules are a lot harsher, which may or may not be good. And we see that the rules sometimes let things slide through the cracks, like Google products. The product listings are very, very unregulated. A lot of scams have gone in there. So there's a lot of things there as well.
Do you think that if Google Chrome will be bought, that people will start using the old search engines again and other browsers like Bing, maybe Yahoo?
I think that's definitely a possibility because when you have the shakeup, I think a lot of the antitrust stuff was the default. You get a phone, it defaults to Google. Like, I don't think people really know how to set their settings on a Google Android phone to default to Yahoo. I don't. I've been doing this for 25 years. I'd have to look it up. So the vast majority of users, especially like the older generation, where they get a computer, and this is where Microsoft had antitrust back in the day. You would get an IBM computer, boom, it would load everything Microsoft. You had no choice. You got Windows, you got Bing, you got Microsoft Edge or Internet Explorer back then, for those that are old enough to remember that one. And, that would control everything, whereas now you're seeing that change. And I think one of the things that a lot of people are missing is with the fact that ChatGPT and OpenAI are now coming out with their own browser. So there's a lot of shakeup here. And I think with ChatGPT's browsers, it's going to offer a huge avenue to make money, because with Google Chrome, we saw you can make tons of money with Google Chrome extensions. I have a lot of students that made money with this. I've made millions with Chrome extensions and promoting extensions that weren't even mine. And so now we're seeing what's going to happen when you don't have to be a programmer to make a Chrome extension and AI does it for you. This is where the money's going to come in for those that are paying attention. Much like we saw with with ChatGPT Store, where you can create your own store, your own custom GPT. You give it some instructions, boom, you have a running software on the ChatGPT platform. It ranks because of the power of ChatGPT. What's going to happen when now anyone and everyone can automatically with AI create a browser extension? I mean, have you used many browser extensions in the past?
Not really, only the major ones like Google Translate and something like that, Adblock. And as far as I know, not many of Google extensions are actually getting a lot of traffic. So there's like several of them that get most of it, and then tons and tons of them that don't get any in particular. So I feel like if a ChatGPT comes out with their own browser, and will be able to create our own extension, it will be kind of a race, like who gets it first, who makes it first, to get the share of a market.
Well, and what do you think? So one of the worries that I have, and I mean, in our last video where we set up the robot computer, I didn't set that up on my computer that I log into my bank with for an obvious reason. I don't want AI to have all the logins for everything. So now that you have Google being broken up and AI having its own browser, what is AI going to be allowed to have, not have? Are they going to have access to all of our private data? Is it going to have the logins? I mean, if Google Chrome had an AI built in, theoretically it could be me. I mean, it could log in, it could be me, it could post on my behalf, it could do bank stuff. I don't think I'm ready to trust it with that yet. I'm sorry, AI, you're new, but we like you, but we're not sure yet. And so looking at that, I think is a game changer. And I think at the fast money-making opportunity, a lot of the Chrome extensions that I've made and my colleagues have made and students have made, they've made millions of dollars, but they're very simple. I'm talking these were less than $3,000 to build, which means with AI, it's going to be free. So if you can imagine what would I like my browser to do? You can implement that with AI, which I think is going to open the floodgates to make money. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's interesting, because now people who don't have a set of particular skills will be able to create their extensions just on the basis of the idea. And if their idea is good and if it's useful for other users, the extension is going to be popular.
Yeah, exactly. I absolutely agree. And I think also when looking at that, there's so many different things you can do with an extension. I mean, years ago, I had an extension that I created that would do safe browsing, right? So you'd give it to kids and they'd be able to browse without getting, dirty stuff. It made a lot of money because it was going through a search engine, through Safe Search with my code. So it's just basically like, oh, hey, block these words, block this stuff, and search using my affiliate link. And I actually, years ago, I made tons of money with my own pay-per-click search engine. And the way we did it was all based on browser behavior, based on what people search for, and based on a hook. So it was like, and my ID equals, and search query equals this. And using this stuff, I mean, if you can pack this into a browser, a lot of people don't know. I worked years ago with Miva and with the Ask company. Ask Jeeves and other companies like this. And they got huge based on search. I mean, they were bought out by some billion-dollar investor guy. And the way that they made money is by, like, you remember smiley faces and what else was it? It was like cursors, right? You would go and you'd make a cursor on your browser or on your web page, and you change it from the regular mouse cursor to like a baseball bat.
Yeah.
Or a football, or a dragon, or whatever you like. And there was all these little tools that people can install. And what they did is they installed a browser extension, which had the search hook. And now you were routed through their search engine. And they became, I think at one point they were as big or bigger than MSN, which, I mean, that's pretty big. It was like 500 million a year or something like that. And looking at this, I think the vast majority of people on the internet and also in the world don't understand the power of a browser. I mean, that's like literally saying, imagine if Netflix owned your TV and all you could do was go to Netflix and navigate through their stuff. It's much like the all philanthropic Zuckerberg. He went and he's like, I am going to be the savior of people with no internet. We're going to give them phones. And he paid to legit give people in other countries phones. But there was a catch. And the catch was, you have to go through Facebook. So all these people in all these countries who are living perfectly fine lives now have to go through Facebook to access everything. So basically you're locking them into your system, and that's the power of a browser. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have the ability to create add-ons for browsers at a time when this is being shaken up. And I would say Google is afraid. I mean, if you look at $20 billion as the value of Chrome, that's the value on the open market. That's like, hey, here's this guy, he wants to buy Chrome. What's it worth? Much like we did a video earlier where they were talking about a domain name and it was like, oh, that's worth $1 million. Okay, but is it worth $1 million to the person who owned it originally? No, it's worth way more. Much like Google Chrome is worth hundreds of billions to Google, right? Because they had it all set up. It was all in a system. So we're going to see some things shake up. What are your thoughts on all of this stuff?
First of all, it is kind of scary because I was never even thinking about how it works and what it gives Google. Like, I was just using it as an average user. I never thought it's that complicated. And now that I'm thinking of it, as an average user, I'm afraid of like what is it going to be like. How will my search change? How will my data change? How will my bank account information be stored or sold or whatever? And how will the ads work? How will the ranking work? So a lot of things might change, and understand how it's going to look like. Yeah.
And I think that's what's happening with AI. And that's why we started this channel, because AI is about to hit the world more than ever before. Like, you think it's big now, it's going to get huge. It'll be a part of our daily life more than ever before. I mean, this just came out December of 2022. It hit the news and the mainstream. And now, I mean, is there anyone that works here that doesn't use AI daily? I do. You do. We all do.
Absolutely.
We are all using AI. And that's on a minute scale. I mean, having it create codes and stuff is cute. It's fun. But what's going to happen when NASA's like, make our new space shuttle website, right? You're going to see things unlike ever before. And to stay on top of the trends and understand what's going on, that's why we created the AI Profit Scoop here.
It's better dive in.
What's that?
It's better dive in now.
Yes.
Try to understand how it works before it's too late. Because it is really convenient in its core. It gives you a lot of opportunities. But at the same time, like, it's changing everything.
Yes. Yeah. And I think it's going to be, I mean, depending on how ready the world is for it, it could be Great Depression level changes, or maybe we're ready for it and it'll switch things in a good way, which I think it's going to be a mix of both. I don't think it'll be as bad. Like, I don't think we're going into like 1987 Terminator, right? I hope not. But, looking at it and understanding, there are people watching this that if you learn the right stuff and you position yourself correctly, you could make more money than ever thought of before. I never thought that AI would revolutionize my business the way it did. Many people I work with never did. People that didn't exist before now have businesses with AI, and it is changing the landscape of you can do something at the speed of thought rather than the speed of, let me go hire someone on Elance. Oh no, it didn't work. I mean, I'm literally, as a non-coder, uploading and changing code and building things super fast. And I don't even know what they mean. Like, I look at the code, I'm like, I don't know what that means. Your guess is as good as mine, but it works. And that's what we're getting into. And with these browser things, when you see that, I mean, you look at 87% of browser extensions have fewer than 1,000 installs. I had one, I think at its peak, it was up to about 7,000 installs. And it was very simple. I have one now that is a domain browser, simple little tool that helps people do things. And creating little tools is key. And implementing them on something that already exists, WordPress, a browser, a Windows, all this stuff is going to change things like crazy. And if you understand that, I think right now it's time to like go back to Chrome store, learn how it works, set something up. I had a student who set up a simple Chrome store, Chrome custom GPT. Dude got like 20,000 users in a couple of weeks. And so this is the kind of thing where if you do it right, now is the time. And I think learning this is going to change the way you make money.
I have a thing to say too.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think at least now, while it's all developing and new tools appear every day, it's better to just keep track of them, of what they can do. Because for me as a content creator, it was nice that now not having a set of skills like an editor or an artist or whatever, I can still create stuff faster. And I understand that in the future, it will be even easier for me. So I'm excited about all of it, but I understand the fear behind it too. So I would say just keep a track of what it can do, of where it's going, try it out, see for yourself what works for you.
Absolutely. And I think here, that's what we're doing for you. Alina and I have got these fancy coats because we are the lab that is going through all these tools. So we're going to invest in the tools. We're going to try them out. We're going to learn about all this stuff so that you can follow along and know what's coming out the minute it comes out and how to use it to make money. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Smash that like button. Let us know your comments, or if there's any tools you want us to check out and teach you how to make money with, as a comment below. And we will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.